The cast story that I was doing, I got it through Gano, and then I also did Zavalaza.
Yes, I remember it is our last.
Yeah, Zavalaza. Yeah, I did a cameo on Gomorrah, and then I also did Deep City. It was also a cameo. Like I kept doing this cameo. Like I had to read it before my brother's keeper. I know you want that. I've always wanted to work with Wise Man. I even told him on set when I was on set. I'm like, yeah, I've always wanted to because I believe it's an
And I
incredible.
remember who diagnosed her.
And then I also did Champions on Zazi Magic. It's still not, yeah, it's still coming. Mubango, yeah, Mubango.
Khuluma nabantwana bakhe.
Buhle Samuel, yeah, she's gorgeous in real life, just beautiful, bro. Like
Very beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, if you are here because you want to be famous, then you are in a wrong field.
Okay.
Really, if you want to be famous, you might as well go to OnlyFans. Then you will be famous and make money there.
Mujapilo no JBee Forest phakathi kwequantum sirenga wonke umzansi boy isukile boy.
Let's go right to the sound of good times. Let's go right to the sound of good times.
Welcome to another exciting episode of podcast Quantum. It transport yasekasi, the mobile Quantum, the one and only. As always, I'm never rolling solo. Pandapin Petinja yam on the passenger seat. Njengoba ngihlale ngisho ukuthi ispan sakhe county change, ispan sakhe is to engage nabantu yabona. Make sure ukuthi abantu abakhinyeki mabasetaxini. Pandap sesilungwini sesingamleni. Semi-trendy. Sisehlathini.
Yeah, man, yeah.
On the forest mansion. Petisha, my day one, the richest artist ever. JBee Forest. JBee.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Friend out here.
Yeah, I love the richest part of it, you know.
Yeah,
the money is still not yet in there, but I love it because I am the richest. Yeah.
You are indeed.
Yeah.
You are going to mention
Yeah. Thank you guys for the visit.
Yeah, before abantu baserenkini yabo sigcwala isiganga sigcwala irenke sivana nabo bafuna ukwazi ukuthi ubani. May you please introduce yourself?
JBee Forest mfethi ebuya ngale emakhaya eBushbuckridge in a small village called Isigagula village. That's where I was born and raised. Like ngikhulele khona laphayana umfana ukhulela usinkomo nembuzi, you know. I know lots of people, they think like I'm a cheese because you know I've spent lots of my adult in Midrand, but no, man, I'm actually coming from the village. I'm a village boy. I understand the other side of life, and then I came from the village to Ekasi, and then that's where we met, you know, Emambiza, you know. Yeah, so that's who JBee Forest. So JBee Forest to Pumakona ngale emakhaya in Mpumalanga, and then my real name is Jabulani Hlati, and I've got like actually the English name that I don't like people to know about it. But today I've decided to actually say it. Yeah. My English name is Never Die. You know, I didn't like it when I grow up because I'm like, hey, never die. Why never die? You know, sure. But now that I've grown up, I've started to love the name because it has like a beautiful meaning. You know, it says a lot of things like I'm not a dying type, bro. I will never fail, never die, never suffer. You know, there's a lot of things that I can use using my name, you know. So Mabata Makama one meaning. Yeah. And this one actually now I'm starting to love it and I want people to know it. Ladies, never die.
Never die.
Yes.
Yeah, I always tell people ukuthi abazali mabasinima amagama masibancane that they are speaking a blessing upon you. Understand? Like for instance, mama ngathi usibusiso. Uzoba isibusiso empilweni zabantu. Awuthi even if ungaba umjita, maybe ungachechi, umjita, osithandela utshwala. Mawufika etshwaleni lozugcwala isitafula, uzoba isibusiso. Just get deeper uzoba isibusiso kuyiphi indawo.
Yeah, I've been through
definitely igama lakho uzolandela.
Exactly, like I've been through a lot of challenges, you know, and at some point my friends were like, Chabo, how do you do it, bro? How did you manage to get out of that situation? I'm like,
up to this day, he's still standing.
I'm like, Bafetu, I'm not a dying type. I will never die. My name says all, you know, and because my other name is Jabulani, so I'm just a happy person. I'm always happy. I'm always, yeah.
You say you're from the bush.
Yeah.
Understand?
Bush
We are
Bakrish.
Bakrish. So you're from the
And I'm the
bush.
Hlati,
and
I'm
you're
the
a
forest.
Hlati.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm the forest, I'm the Hlati,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
So the forest is associated with jungle. So that means with jungle you can be a lion. King of a jungle.
Ke Mufasa Brayaka, ke Mufasa. Yes, I am.
Alright, take us through your upbringing.
Dude, I've actually never tell people about my upbringing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I told you that I grew up in a village. I was a very, I don't know, like a shy person. And njengoba ngisho ukuthi ngikhule ngilusa inkomo, so that kind of lifestyle I know it. And I didn't grow up in a cheesy place, you know. I grew up in a place where like sometimes nizolala nidle amanzi neshukela. You know, that kind of situation, you know. But I'm grateful that I'm grateful for that life because it makes me to be this strong person that I have today, a person that I am today, because now I can be able to stand for everything. Like I'm too sorry, even if today there's no food in the fridge, I know I'm not gonna just worry or go out there, you know, whatever that it is in a house, I can always make a plan and I can always still sleep without eating because it's not the first time happening to me. I grew up having that kind of situation. But yeah, I was raised by my grandmom. She's an incredible woman. I love her so much, you know, and I feel like I owe her so much, you know. She has just raised us. Ngikhule family, like a big family, where we were like a lot of kids, you know, from my cousins to whatever. So ugogo wami uyathanda abantwana mfethu, like anyone from if there's kunomntwana bayomlanda azokhulela khona lapha ekhaya, because we're like a big family, like more than 21 kids in one yard. I'm being for it, like legit.
That's
like
a soccer team, bro.
It was. I remember they used to cook with size 8, like a big, you know those big pots that they use it when there's functions and everything.
And stuff,
Tina, it was like our daily pots.
Yeah.
That they used to cook like every day.
Okay.
I don't know if they used to call it size 8 or size whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why up to this day you're still cooking. I see you cooking.
Yeah, sometimes on my Instagram for just the content. I do love cooking on my spare time. The thing is I'm a clean freak person. So I love clean food. I'm very, you know, picky when it comes to food.
Okay.
Like, you know, yeah. So I always prefer to cook my own food because I can always cook it the way I want it. And just try,
Ngathi ungene TV umncane. I believe YoTV and stuff. Ausitshele uthi ungene kanjani. What was your role there?
I can't call myself a child star because I was never a child star. But I bengumntwana lo be forced, you know.
Sure.
You know, where like if they looking, I was actually like bengithandizini. So because I knew I always wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I remember I knew it from the very young age. I remember my high school teacher when I was still in high school. Shout out to Miss Vivian. She really pushes us to actually like pushes me to be where I am today. Shout out to her.
Okay, Miss Vivian,
Moses Mnise hi. Moses Mnise hi. Yeah, it was a dog. Yeah, it was in Bushbuck. Yeah, she really pushes me. So I remember we're in the class and she was asking everybody to say, "Mawuqeda isikole ufuna ukuba yini?" And everybody was like, "Teacher, nurse, whatever." And then she asked me, I'm like, "I want to be on TV." And she was like, "On TV doing what?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I just want to be on TV." So I always knew that I wanted to be on TV. She's like, "Are you crazy? Is there anyone in this village that you know, okay, wabagu TV?" And then I'm like, "No one, but I'll be the first person to be." And it did happen. So when I got to Johannesburg, during my varsity time, I was in tertiary. So obviously, I really wanted to be on TV, you know. So I was lucky enough to have a friend. Actually, now I remember. The first time I knew about AV, because I was doing media studies, by the way. So, but I knew I wanted to be on TV, so I have to do something that is related to media studies. So my first TV gig, when Bramfontein, I was with my other two friends, Sinyaka from Soweto, and the other one, I think it was Kulani. I'm not sure, I forgot his name. And then we were actually walking, coming from school, CIA Park Station, so train. And then there's this guy we up here ngaphandle smoking, and then they were shooting to Zini.com.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
he was
I
like,
wanted to ask you about
"Ekse
Zini.com.
it's like Ekse and then we asked Biza, and then says, "Ati bafethu ninjani grand nijahele sitha siphume esikolweni, we're going to fetch a train." He was like, bafethu siyashoota lana so sidinga abantu that are going to be like extras and everything. I'm like, what?
TV.
Am I gonna be on TV? I'm like, yes, I'm in.
It's a dream come
Dude,
true.
like it was a dream come true. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, ngiyangena. And then we entered there. I remember there was supposed to be like some cameo role where they were looking for someone. So I think they casted this guy, and then the agent didn't tell the guy that he was supposed to be. I don't know what happened. I don't know the
so the
background
guy
story,
didn't
but the
pitch for
guy
the
didn't
shoot.
pitch.
Yeah.
But he had like a couple of lines. And then now they have to source someone within amongst the people that are there waiting to be extras, chilling in a bar, in Bramford, we're actually in Bram.
Sure.
I forgot the name of that club, but it's not
Probably
longer
it
there.
doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. And then they gave us like a script and like, anyone who can act. I'm like, yes, I can. But the guy decided to give it to everyone. Like, we're gonna give you guys 10 minutes to actually go through the script and then come and read the script. And then if you go, and then definitely, bruh, I'm like, yes, definitely, this is where I wanted to be. And then we did it, and then I was lucky enough to actually get and I have like few lines, I think 3-4 lines to say, something to say there with Lolo's, I think it was Lolo's Tavern. Yeah,
Sure.
something like Lolo's Club or Lolo's Pub. Yeah, something like that. So that's when the whole thing started. And then I get to meet people. I remember I get to meet Umamaga Kabunina. She was running an agent called Masikule Agent.
Okay.
And then that's when she signed, because I'm like, she was like, okay, now do you have an agent? I'm like, no, I don't have. And then she was like, okay, I'm running this agent, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll put you under my agency. And then that's when I started. So now she started to send me like castings. So I used to travel to Blackgoy, everything. If they do extras or they wanting for the YoTV people who wanted to fill up the place. And that's when I get to meet Bo Akumzi and the rest of the young.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's when the whole thing
So
started.
Azango YoTV.
I was, but as
Or Kalagum2zing.com before YoTV.
yeah, before anything. So
So you
YoTV,
went to YoTV.
YoTV, I was like, if they're looking for a guest, whatever, I was always there.
Oh.
Guest kids that are always
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I
So
wanted to create,
Um2zing.com just had a small role.
yeah, that's when it started, the small role. But being on TV to me, it was so big. It was so big.
And back
I
then,
didn't-
bro, being on TV in Facebook
Yeah,
was
you
not
know.
for everyone.
yeah, it was not
Yeah,
for
because
everyone.
nonke belik-celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then from lapho ke ufika kanjani eThembisa?
At Tembisa, it's like my aunt, my uncles, my other families are there, like so yeah, that's when because when I moved into Joburg, I moved into Tembisa and then staying with there, and then when we met, I was staying with my cousin brother,
Sure.
and then then that's when, so there was my family.
Okay, awusibuyisele emuva ukuthi konje mina nawe sihlangane kanjani?
Unje sihlangane kanjani
Sihlangane
mfethu?
egroundini.
Khishimani?
Yeah, sihlangane egroundini isijime ekuseni like yo.
Oh yeah, I remember we
And
I was
sitshele
doing-
ngaleyo phase yakho because of you were down and out, but still njengoba usho ukuthi never die. Understand?
Never die. Yes, I
It's a
remember
right
when
thing.
we met. I was
So what was
already,
going through your
I
life?
was already on. I already did like my big break TV role show on Ekasa Stories.
Sure.
What is the name of the show? I think it was like Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Hong Kong, something like that. Hong Kong. It was playing on TV, and I was doing like a support role for the actual. Like I was doing support, but I was always on set with the lead because I was the cousin of the lead role.
Okay.
So it was actually a big thing because it was like I was actually in every episode, and so already abantu besibazi, oh JB, yeah, the actor and everything. And then I remember I was staying in Kensington side, the Eastgate side, where I have like my life. I had like my own car, nice apartment, and then I lost the job. Everything went down. Yo, bruh. Yeah, I remember that time. I'm just actually looking back and trying to think about it.
It was a very bad season.
Yeah, I lost my place. I lost everything. Now I had to go back to Tembisa.
Okay.
And then, yeah, of course, I was staying with my cousin. And that's when I get to meet you because
And I
didn't
remember,
wanna.
I remember you told me with Anzufu.
Yeah, definitely.
Very soon I'm gonna move to Midrand.
Yeah.
In 2 months, You moved.
Because I'm such a believer, bro. Like I am a believer. In everything that you see me doing, I always manifest everything.
Sure.
And that is why now they're calling me JBee Forest, the superstar, the richest.
Most
It's
definitely.
the slogan that I always use it to people, not trying to be bougie or anything, because it's part of my manifestation. Because I know I am gonna be rich one day.
Most definitely.
It's something that I know that it's. I mean, yeah. So yeah, and then I always believe in myself, and I always knew
just
that
the power of attraction.
it's just the
Yeah,
face.
What
Yeah.
you visualize will materialize.
Hence, I'm saying that I used to hate my name, Never Die, but now I'm starting to use it, and I want people to know it because I'm not just a dying type. If I happen to die one day, that would be a mistake because never die by mistake. That means it will be definitely by mistake. Because I'm not a dying type. I'm that kind of person who will live forever. I believe so. If I happen,
Immortality.
if I happen,
Immortality.
if I happen, it happen that, yeah, it will be a mistake.
Yeah. All right. Then again, wavuka vye.
Ngavuka mfethu, ngavuka.
I'll share the story. This is gonna be inspiration to abanye abantu ukuthi never give up in life. Understand?
Never give up in life. And from the people,
Resurrection yakho yenzeke kanjani?
what happened konje? Yo bra, the thing is ngiwe ngavuka ngawa. So
Do not
ngivuke kaningi,
Do not
ngavuka kaningi. Even now I'm starting to vuka. It's my vuking moment right now.
Okay.
But this time around,
Asingene ku music.
yeah, this time around I'm gonna be vukaring forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asingene ku music. Uthando lakho lomculo lubuya.
Dude, you're taking me back. And I'm really, to be quite honest, I didn't know that I know how to sing. And to me, it was like, I knew I love music at a very young age. Because being school choirs while I was still in primary. So one day, njengoba ngishilo ukuthi bengumuntu beyathanda bengilusa, not beyathanda bengathandi, but the situation was forcing me to
Environment.
yes. Because ngakhulisa umkhulu nogogo.
Yeah.
Khulele emakhaya. So one day ngibusy ngiyalusa, I'm waiting for the time because ngiyakhumbula we used to besivalela inkomo take back the cows around about 5. So even if it's 4:30, you need to wait until 5 because if you can go home early, umkhulu, yes, he's gonna, you know. So ukuhambisa isikhathi, I would really just sing out of nowhere and bengithanda ukucula ngirasa. So Lundi was still my favorite artist back then. It still is. Yeah, may his soul continue to rest in peace. Yeah. And then I remember I was singing this song like Dumelo Gite, Dumelo and then kanti kunalo mama angathi ba ayobuya kokha inkuni ngapha amanzi angisakhumbuli. You know, life esemakhaya ngihamba nesigangeni niyokhaya either amanzi or inkuni. And then that woman, she was hearing me singing, then uyafika la mina uthi uwe lokho ucula. I'm like, yeah, it was me. Athi yo ngane yami ucula kamnandi kanjani, what a beautiful voice. Ngicela uze esontweni kusasa. I'm like, mina esontweni? Athi yes, ngifuna uze esontweni uzojoina iSunday school, uzojoina abantwana uzocula nabo. I'm like, oh serious? And then ekhaya, my family, they were all going to ZCC.
Okay.
So yeah, we grew up in ZCC.
Sure.
So I'm like, yo, that means angeke ngiye esontweni. Ngatshela ugogo ngathi mina ngihambi nani namhlanje esontweni endokuhamba ngingena ngo1 liphuma ngo4. Namhlanje ngiyesontweni bathe ngicula esontweni and bathi mina ngicula kamnandi. Yeah, and bathi mina ngicula kamnandi. I remember I went to that church. Isonto lakhona besikoleni. Like some primary school, primary school. That's where I started everything there. Yeah, shout out to my primary school. Primary school. Yeah. I went there, safika early because abantwana base Sunday school sifika early bayasifundisa qala esayidini before we can actually join the whole. Yeah, so we got our own small teachings before we can join the whole. Yeah, and then we went there. So but uzocula le ngoma le yakho asipractice ngapractice. And then I remember manje sesongena lapha ukuthi sesicula. I remember that day, bro. I will never forget that day. It was such a life-changing for me. I don't know how old I was. Maybe I was 9, 10. somewhere there. I just don't know.
Ah, so that's some told.
But I was very young.
I started singing when I was 6 years old. I
I was very, very young. I was very young. Because obviously I started I was still in primary and I was still doing Begu standard. No, I'm sure. Wait. Standard 4. Standard 3, standard 4.
Yeah.
And then,
which is grade 6.
yeah, somewhere there, yeah.
Grade 6 is standard 4.
Yeah. And then, bruh, I started to sing that Tumelo Kitebe or Tumelo Kitepe. I can't remember. I didn't even know like the proper lyrics.
Yeah.
And then I was just singing, bruh. And I remember the whole church stand. Mama balilizela abantu bashama fleti. Like it was such like being like this superstar, big superstar. It was such a something. Basha Izandla, and then I remember the Pastor Chawuke. May you so rest in peace, Pastor Chawuke.
So it was a changing moment for you.
It was a changing moment for me. I'm like, Hubatu, can I sing and people clap hands for me like this? I'm like, definitely, I'm doing this thing. Like I started to love singing, and then I remember I joined this group. We used to call ourselves Gagula Boys Choir. So I was part of the boys choir, and then and that's when in every school activities that has to do with arts and culture, I was actually part of it. Like when it comes to music, acting, modeling. But funny enough, I never won when it comes to modeling because I had like this bindama pimples when I was still growing up. So I had like this ugly face. I don't know if it was because of that. And I really used to love it so much, bro. Like, and my grandma should always save money for me to go buy like new clothes. And for this competition, wanted to be Mr. Valentine, Mr. Akunu. Like it was just but I never get to win. Yeah, so that's when the whole music and acting started from.
Sure.
So I started my acting when I fast forward my acting just to get at church also. So everything started at church, music and acting. So I remember it was like an Easter. So they wanted us to do a sketch for the Jesus, what Jesus Christ. Then they have to cast me as Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus.
And it was still young, so and then so I started to love it because I was playing a lead at a very young age. Yeah.
Okay. Fast forward, we met in Tembisa. I was doing hip hop. And you listen to my song, you're like, bro, your songs are very good. But let's check what's trending now. Understand? I remember Shumai and stuff.
Yes.
Let's do this type of beats. Understand?
Yes.
So I believe by doing this type of music, it's gonna be easy for us to promote. Then from there, that's when we went to the studio. Then you directed to check as he was playing. Then we came up with a beat, a quantum.
Yeah.
Then I took it home. I remember I was washing a car. Then I was like, okay, I need something is related to Then that's how I came up with the concept of quantum. Quantum is a public transport, so I need a public sound. Then from Lapo, I started freestyling, I recorded it myself. I went to check, I recorded the song, then I sent it to you. Then you were like, this is the one.
Yeah.
Then you came to studio, then you changed the chorus. Then we went like, let's go right to the sound of good time.
Evatina na machita, spetu vecheru vetu, chikeleza aibo.
And actually, this is the song that inspired this podcast.
Yeah.
Understand? That's why this is
Quantum.
podcast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
That's good.
Shout out,
interesting. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I'm really glad. Which year was that?
It was 2015.
2015.
Sure.
I just wanted to document that because people started to see me doing music. I think my own project, like something that is my own. 2019, I think my first single, it was a Impilo or something. Yeah, Impilo. That was before lockdown. And they didn't know that I've always been working behind the scene for quite some time.
Sure.
Like there's a lot of songs that I did that they never get to be out. Shout out to Boot Andile. I forgot his name. We used to stay together in Kensington. He used to work with Lucky Dube.
Okay.
So I used to be friends with also Utembisi Lentaga, the Coca-Cola pop stars.
Oh yeah.
So and being surrounded by friends that are in the music, it really taught me how to just understand more into music. So that is why I get to understand which this one is gonna be a hit, this one is not gonna be. So I've always been working behind the scene. Like I am an upcoming artist according to people, but I've been around when it comes to like behind the scene and also assisting and also baking lots of cuts. People. So
tell us about the song
Quantum. Well, you've already explained it, but yeah, after I've listened to the beat and the way you started the song, I just felt like, you know what, I know it's a song, but I want to be part of this because it just felt right for me to be part of it.
The original chorus was Quantum. Let's go Quantum. Ish.
Yes.
Quantum.
Yes.
Let's go. You came with a melody.
Yeah. Let's go right
Sure.
to the sound of good time. We're riding. Let's go ride to the sound of good time. Because and that time
so, tell us about the song. Njengoba we should sing explainile this name. We should abantu baresponda kanjani, because if I remember you took it to the likes of Tira and stuff, you're telling me okay.
Yes, I was sending.
Really love the song.
Yes, so, I did send it to a couple of people, of well-known people, and like a lot of people, they were responding nice. I remember they were, and I still feel that this song we really need to actually redo it because I feel like it deserves that attention. It deserves to be heard. I know it was an old song, but if we can recook it, and I think if the right guy that we can work with, it will be Heavy K.
Okay.
If Heavy K is watching this, definitely we come to, because really I feel like I feel like the song would be more if Heavy K can recook it and then we just sing in a nice fresh beat, because it didn't get the attention that it was supposed to get, but it was a beautiful song. And shout out to you, as much as I did the melody, but most of the lyrics you were writing the lyrics.
Most definitely.
I'm very good when it comes to writing. Like all my songs, I write it. But that one, funny enough, I was really a student listening to you also, just taking some, you don't always come to studio and act like you all know it because you used to work with big dogs.
To me, it was also an experiment, understand? Because I've never done Gqom before. I've always been into hip hop, but I was like, music is music. I'm a versatile artist, understand?
And by that time, because I was with, I had like lots of friends from Kalawa, Kalawa people that I don't want to mention names because it's all about me right now. But shout out to them. They know themselves. So I'm like, I think it can really work. And unfortunately, it didn't, because God's timing is always perfect. God wanted the song to happen in 2024.
I believe if it happened back then, the podcast was now.
Exactly.
Exactly. So well, that's really Quantum again. Then from that, Sensible Music. Couple of years later, I see you changing the sound now. Vumbuluki. Okay, JBee Forest disappeared. Then he Vumbuluki came back again. Understand?
And he actually never disappeared. It's just that. So since 2019, I've always 2019 every time on my birthday, because my birthday is November 24th. So on the 24th of November, I always wanna release something just to give myself, to say, hey, shout out, this is your birthday, everything. So I've started 2019, I released Impilo, and then 2020, I think it was
COVID.
But I did release something. I think it was Sasebenza.
Sasebenza. You used to push.
No, it was not Sasebenza. I'm lying. The song that I work with those Devon guys, Utashkuma. Utashkuma, I know it was not, but it's there on Spotify if you want to know. JBee Forest, Utashkuma. Sure. It's a beautiful song. It's like more like a Gqom sound. Yes, I was working with oh my goodness.
You remember that.
You know yourself. Yeah. The producer was from Devon, and So and then after that, and then I did Siasebenza. I worked with De La Sound.
Sure. They
are incredible. They are from shout out from
Free State. Because you used to push.
Siasebenza, they from Free State.
But let's jump straight to Vumbuluki.
And then
how did you change the sound?
And then I'm still coming there.
Okay. Sure.
And then obviously after Gqom, and then now people are doing piano. I'm like, me, I'm a vocalist. I know, like I'm a vocalist. So piano, they don't sing, man. It's like, hey, watch, and it's nice, and we it's actually good because
Like,
like yeah now but back then it was like all about something three lines that is nice flowing until Buhle came and then she really put the proper vocals and then Lady Do and then she also then I'm like okay and then Buru Nokwazi and then and then I'm like okay yeah now these also vocalist people that I can actually yeah and then I'm like why not why can't I just do it because I used to struggle when I'm in studio. If someone give me like a piano beat, I just didn't know what to do, because I also didn't want to sound like Semanje singicula bo abashante or you get what I mean? Yes, until I get to then that's when 2022 and then I did no not Vumbulike. Jaiva Islam.
Oh yeah,
Jaiva Islam and there's also music video.
Yeah, you also shot the music video.
Yeah, people must watch it.
Yeah, you
Right?
shot the
It's
music
a beautiful
video,
music video. It's a family, it talks about me appreciating
Budget my music
God.
because your music videos are always good.
I always do myself. I always shoot. Okay, shout out to the guy that was assisting me to shoot, but I always direct my music video, everything. Because if you're working on a low budget thing, I know I'm the richest, but sometimes you're trying to.
Yeah, but you all have to start somewhere.
Yeah, so yeah, I was directing the whole thing. I scripted the whole thing. I wrote my own script and just directed the whole thing.
All right. Yeah. Then.
So then, remember I went home. So like I'm from Bushbuckridge, Mpumalanga. So I went home. They hired me to go and perform the Jaiva Islam song, and then I went there. And then when I got there, obviously, I was the main act of the night.
Sure.
Then I did perform my song. People they were excited to see me and everything. But after me, there was this local artist that went to perform this Marabeta style, the Vumbuluki style. They call it Marabeta that side.
Okay.
And the legends, Dr. General Muska, Penny Payne, Papa Penny,
Sure.
the kind of style. And I saw the way people they were so excited about that kind of genre. I'm like, okay. You know what? I think maybe it's something that I need to consider, on my next project.
Sure.
And then last year before my birthday, that's when I call. I call my dad. I'm like, can you please connect me with Dr. General because I know Dr. General Muska is a legend. He's been doing this thing for quite some time. And my dad did call him, and then he was like, okay, cool, Spali, come let's do it. Because Dr. General Muska is like a brother-in-law because he used to. He used to date my aunt, but they're no longer together.
Yeah.
So, and then he was like, no, Spari, we can do it. So I asked his producer because I wanted to work with someone that is been in that game for quite some time. Obviously, my producers, or the people that I know this side, they only know piano and the other.
They wouldn't understand that song.
They wouldn't understand.
Sure.
Even when we were recording, I was recording at DJ KSA studio. He was like, hey, JB, I understand when I can just record. He was just recording for the sake of helping me because he just didn't know how to do it. So the guy sent me the beat. And then I remember I was walking, jogging. Then I was listening to the beat. I didn't know how to sing, and I'm like, I don't know. Something just came out like Vumbuluki. I'm like, I need to have like a title that is gonna accommodate everyone because most of my support, so Vumbuluki in Zulu is like Uvelo wa Vumbuka nje. And Tsonga is Vumbuluki. Xhosa uvumbukapi. So I'm like, let me just use something that is gonna be. Then the whole everybody can relate, and then it came, and then I went to studio because I'm talented and creative, and then I just decided to be creative, and came up with the whole chorus and the whole thing, and then that's how the movie came.
It's a good song.
And it really, I still need to shoot the music video of that song because it's really doing well on Spotify, on YouTube, and people they really love the song. Yeah, and then
it's one of the
that side of Limpopo, gigs.
Okay, all right.
And I hope
it opened a lot of doors for you.
It did.
Sure. All right, then after Vumbuluki, then ngiyakubona usukhipha ngathi so manje so stick kule generally.
Okay, Joni, I did this song Joni. I don't know, man. I didn't feel the song. But I was just like, you know what, let me just train myself. But there's a new project that is definitely coming. And this time around, I'm not going to release it on my birthday because I've realized, because my song, they do play on radio, like shout out to Lugwala Gwala, shout out to Mugalalone and the other radio stations that are playing my song.
Sure.
You know, from Impilo to Java Islami to, they are playing my songs,
Sure.
you know, at home, Pumalanga, you know, and Limpopo, obviously. And I just want to say thank you. And to all the people that have been streaming my song. So this year I'm going to be releasing a project October, so that it can, because I've realized that most of my songs, they become hits, but they don't get a chance to be celebrated proper during the first hit because it's cut a release. My birthday is on the 24th of November. Already it's December time. So if you release a song during that time, you need to be extremely famous. You need to be like Jay-Z,
Sure.
so that people can, you know. So this time around, we're going to do it early so that we can try to push the song early.
Ladies and gentlemen, sisablomile phakathi kweQuantum, thina namajita, siphethe abochiri bethu, sijikeleza umzansi wonke ngeQuantum. Uphethe JBee Forest, njengoba ngishilo bafethu, ziyawa erenkeni, esikhathini samanje, sajikana ku-Q Mashare, uThabo Nkosi, asitshele ukuthi what's trending on the Quantum. Aware?
Akusema mfethu, come on, it's your boy Thabo Nkosi, lasinambili, lasidigithi, lasidemandi Beni! Eish bafethu, ezibuhlungu azipheli bafethu. Usoli Muholo seshile emhlabeni. Ngisho nomunye legend lethu, ikwaito legend, uGeneral, umuntu bekaphakathi esquadini se-Chiscop. Ngisho bona abomandoza sesambile mfethu isquad, kubuhlungu kakhulu. Ngezolo ngiyabona ukuthi hayibo, elibhakabhaka bathi izimnyama ngenkani sithathile mfana. MTN 8 ithathile. Abantu bajabulile, amabhakani ajabulile bafethu. Listen, not one, not two, but 3 times in a row. MTN 8 ithathile mfana. Siyabonga amabhakabhaka, abantu bajabulile. Bathi izimnyama ngenkani. Bathi sivala kanjalo bafethu. Ngisilo ngathi no Duncan, ukhipha into eshisayo kakhulu. Duncan, kade simele mfethu, kade simele album lakho kodwa siyabonga mfethu, siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi uyoswayise wayidrop mfethu. Ngithi ngiyabheka, ngithi ngiyasho futhi ngibheka ibhola, ngithi ngibheka iKhosi, ngibheka iSundowns, ngiyabona ukuthi iKhosi balidropile mfethu nge-offside. But sizothini ngoba hayi sekwenzakele mfethu, iVAR ayikho la eSouth Africa, but hayi izofika ngelinye ilanga. Ngithi ngivale kanjalo bafethu. Before ngishiya bafethu, I have good news for you bafethu. Ipetrol yehlile, thina umshayeli, thina abantu esishayela amatekisi, ngithi lalela, igazi lohlala igcwele, umlungu ohlala jabulile, full tank. Siyabonga kakhulu ngoba ipetrol siyehlile bafethu. Ngithi ngivale kanjalo uThabo Nkosi, lasidambile, lasidigithi, lasidemandi Beni. Ngiyahamba mina ngisawucheckisa sibo.
Welcome back. We are still rolling with Mr. Forex himself. Sisehlathini fanda. Sida kwahlathi, phansi khona kwahlathi, but not a bush. All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Forex, sirengile ngomusic wakho thiyana yabo.
Yeah.
So, ake singene kancane acting. So, asiqale kuma brothers key. Ngiyabona udokotela lapha. Ngiyelezile. Ngiyalifanele ubudokotela nje yabo.
Yeah, acting njengoba ngishilo before that it all started in church, like, you know, that's when all the love started. Then, but to be quite honest, it's something that I've always wanted to do. You know, I've always wanted to tell a story, because apparently I'm a very good storyteller. Like, in terms of like people that knows me, like when I'm telling the news, like personally, like people always like to just listen, you know. So I always knew that is something. And what I like about acting is the fact that you can become you can be whatever that you want to be.
Sure.
You can be a doctor right now, it's in Gelezile. You can be a policeman, you can be whatever that you want to be. And I really love doing that because it's something that I can always get away with everything. And I can always become something that I want to be through acting. So it all started there from that cameo. Remember I told you that we were passing from Abraham, then Basbees, and then I have that small cameo nyana. And then from there, Masikule agents started to be my agent, and then she was sending me like to all those auditions and everything. And then I get to sign by Gaino, of which it was a big agent. I think it still is. So I was part of Gaino, and then Gaino gave me like shows like the Ekasi story that I was doing. I got it through Gaino, and then I also did Zavalaza.
Yes, I remember it is Zavalaza.
Yeah, Zavalaza.
What is your character, Zavalaza?
I was playing Jawo's character actually.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, man. The
Which
character
one
name.
working
The
there?
character name. Yeah, the character name was Jabu. You know, the character name was Jabu from Eswatini.
Okay.
He was a businessman that was trying to do business. End up showing what is the character name? I forgot, but it was played by Tessa Twala. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that, and then from there, it went quiet. You know, this acting thing.
Industry.
You come and then you go. It went quiet, and then I went back to the corporate, you know, trying to make a living, and while I'm auditioning on the side, obviously, and yeah, and
No, you also did in Gomorrah.
oh yeah,
You also
Gomorrah.
did Gomorrah.
Yeah, I did a cameo on Gomorrah, and then I also did Deep City.
Mhm.
It was also a cameo. Like I kept doing this cameo like one day, because cameo is only when you go in there for this on show for one day, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, I did Gomorrah. I have like few lines there, and then I also did Deep City.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed shooting Deep City, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was such a, working with this incredible actress, and then they were so good and so welcoming. I remember when I was shooting that, it was 2003 when I was last year. I did that last year.
2023.
2023, sorry. Yeah, 2023. And then this year, yeah, House of Zuide before My Brother's Keeper. I know you want My Brother's Keeper. I did House of
Okay, I
Zuide.
want all of them.
Yes, I did House of Zuide. It was also a cameo, and then I did My Brother's Keeper. Shooting My Brother's Keeper, bro, it was so nice. You know, I've always wanted to work with Wise Man. I even told him on set when I was on set. I'm like, yeah, I've always wanted to, because I believe it's an
And I
incredible
remember who
actor.
Technosa is.
Yeah, he's an incredible guy, man. Like, watching him on Shaka Ilembe, and then now I get to work with him and being with him on set. He's such a welcoming guy,
Yeah.
down to earth, very professional. Yeah, I had so much fun, playing a doctor. Yeah. And then
Manje utshela umshiti ukuthi akathola abantwana.
yeah. It was a good, yeah. So yeah, and then I also did Champions on Mzansi Magic. It's still
Okay.
not, yeah, it's still coming.
Yeah.
But we're
So
we're
is that
done
Dali
shooting
Paul?
season 1. No, I'm a top dog.
Oh, top
from a
dog.
PSL, yeah. I'm a guy from a PSL, yeah. I'm a guy from a PSL.
About Dr.
That is
Ivan
bringing a
Cross.
drama, yeah. A guy from PSL.
Okay.
And then I just recently shot a movie, a Showmax movie. I can't say the name. Yeah, I was also doing a cameo, but yeah, it was such a nice production. We're shooting in Soweto. I had so much fun, and I just recently shot Mpini.
Okay.
It's still not yet out, so yeah.
Sikhulume ngeMubango, ngibonile, ngikubukelile.
Yeah, Mubango, yeah, Mubango.
Ukhuluma nabantwana bakhe.
Buhle Samuel, yeah,
Yeah.
she's gorgeous in real life, she's beautiful, bro.
She's
Like,
very beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah. I also had so much fun being on set. I love acting. I love acting so much because you get to become something, like I told you, something that you.
It's will be in few years time.
Yeah.
Abantu bageleza 8 years, baba abadokotela wena nje 3 minutes uyidokotela.
You become a doctor. That's why I love acting.
Sure.
Yeah, you can always be something. And just telling stories, bro. Like, yeah, I love being on set. I love spending
From
time.
all
on
these
set.
cameos, what do you learn? Because of yenza ama-character ahlukile.
Yeah, I feel like it's a workshop because just everything happened between July and August. Everything that I was shooting, I shot between July and August. From House of Zuide to Champion, Mpini, the new movie that I did with Showmax, and Mubango. Okay, Mubango, I shot it last month, also August. But yeah, between July and August, it was just everything,
so
just
much,
like
yeah.
yes, it was like being acting as a workshop, because I get to be on set with legends, more especially with champions, working with Tumisho, it was
Sure.
such
Oh.
a, I was a bit scared when I was on set, but it just really made me to feel comfortable. I remember when he was like, "Hey, how are you? Are you good? Are you ready? Are you, because I always come ready, because once you see the person that you're gonna be working with, it becomes scary, but you also tell yourself that, what, Jabu, they chose you because they believe in you and you've got this, so you better
means
give your
good.
110%, yeah.
Good
So I
enough
always
also.
get ready I always prepare myself But it was a learning process. I had so much fun, just being on set and getting to do something that you really love. It does not matter whether it's for one day, but just being there and feel, the atmosphere, the being on set. It's something incredible, something that I really love, and I had so much fun from Mpini to Akuna Langzo Chusa Corner, but I really enjoyed doing my brother's keeper. It was such a, beautiful thing to be a doctor.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So when is your big role?
it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
The big role is coming.
The
The lead role is coming. Definitely,
Sure.
definitely. We're going global.
Oh, we're going to
Yeah, we're going
that's
global.
the spirit.
Definitely. Yeah,
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
All the best, man. Eh?
we're going.
Tell us about your karaoke show.
Karaoke shows. I'm actually no longer doing them. I used to do them. Yo, bruh, karaoke shows. Like yo, why I'm laughing because people when they see me around Midrand, they still call me Mr. Karaoke Show because I started karaoke 2016 or 15. I used to do karaoke there by Capello. It's no longer there. By halfway Midway Muse. They used to have like Capello there, and then that's where I started there too with DJ Niche. Shout out to DJ Niche, my Indian DJ. We started together doing this karaoke thing, and then from there we moved to Sophia Town. There's this place used to call Sophia Town. It's no longer exists. It was there also in Midrand, halfway house, and then from there I moved to Banine. It's no longer existing, and then I moved to Recharge Lounge, and now it's called D48. Yeah. So yeah, I did karaoke. I love karaoke because it's always put me back to music. So anything that has to do with music,
But
it
any
just
you
connect
got
me. Yeah.
my career, any you? Or it's just a passion?
It's just a passion. Of course, I got paid because I'm hosting, right? And it will also depend with the negotiations. Obviously, when I started 2016, 2015, somewhere there was no much. I was not getting much. They used to pay me with the DJ, with the what is this resident DJ pricing, and then I end up saying no. Now you have to increase because I'm doing much. You have to make sure that you advertise also on your page. You must always be there the whole entire night to entertain everyone because people they used to go there because they wanted to see me. It was not about because remember you do them on Thursday and Wednesday you become a crowd puller, and I'm like, no, I'm also a brand. Yeah, definitely, I'm a brand. I also need to sing there to attract.
The time we shot as a radio, what was the radio station?
Oh yes, I did. Oh, you made a mistake.
Yeah, what's the
Dude, Africa Radio. What is it? Was it Africa Radio? It was on DSTV.
Okay.
So you know what happened with that gig? I only did it one day.
Is it?
So they actually hired me to come and do that thing, and then I remember I prepared everything. Then when I got on set, like when I get to work on set, I'm used to it. Yeah, set. Yeah. So we're preparing the show. Now, apparently, the owner of the station sold the station to another white guy.
Oh.
So during the very same day, I was supposed to be starting to work. The guy came and said, you know what, now we're changing the whole thing. We're going to have to reshuffle the whole programs and everything because we're trying to sell it to a different market.
Sure.
So they did allow me to run my show for that day. But it was just the first and the last. But it was good because a lot of people they did listen, and people that were calling in. I was also streaming live.
Yeah.
People that were actually
I was watching it on Facebook.
Yes. Was it good?
Yeah, it was on point.
Ne?
It was proper.
So
I
I
didn't
deserve
even
it.
know that it was a one day thing.
Serious?
Yeah.
It was, and I had so much fun, because I love music. I love karaoke.
So from here, where to?
Where to? Dude, we just want to make money and make music. I want to, like I told you, we need to go global. Definitely. I want to do acting. Lots of these lead roles coming from Netflix, Showmax, Amazon, whatever. As long as we making money. And obviously I have my own brand, the Forest brand.
Yes, let's talk
It's
about the
actually
brand.
doing
Let's talk about the brand.
Yeah, the Forest
is
brand,
doing
man.
amazing, bro.
It's actually doing well. It's doing well.
Yeah.
I remember the first You know, I started that brand during lockdown. Because remember, I used to do karaoke and everything. So now everything.
And I also love your pricing. Hey, you're very confident.
But it's a
You're
beautiful
competing with the
the
market.
quality, bruh. Like
Yeah.
the quality of my t-shirt.
Sure.
You know, the quality of my t-shirt. I'm actually wearing my brand right now.
All right.
It's branded inside, obviously.
Yeah.
The quality of the brand, it's proper. You know, it's not something. It goes with the quality. And my target market also. You know, I'm staying in mid-range. I mean,
Okay.
so
All right.
obviously the
All
people
right.
here, they don't. Yeah.
Sure.
Also, yeah. But besides,
And you're also a brand yourself.
I'm also a brand myself. I don't want to sell something when you put it in a washing machine on a machine, then tomorrow the color has vanished. So I always want to make sure that I sell the quality. So that is why the pricing. But people they're not complaining.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a
People are
good
buying
price.
it.
It
You
is.
know, like when you normally post it, I'm like, yo, okay.
Like on the first,
See, you bump to someone wearing the Forest brand. Like, okay.
you know, like I told you before that I'm a believer, bro. I'm a believer. So I remember when I started that brand, it was during COVID, during lockdown, where everything was not operating. And
Sure.
remember, I used to host karaoke and doing gigs and everything. But now that everything is closed, I don't have money to pay rent and everything. And then I'm like, how am I gonna generate some money for me to have food, money, or do I just go home? I can't even travel home because we were not even allowed to travel to another province, you know. So it was just crazy. So people on social media selling something and everything, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's about time I start my own brand, because I've always wanted to do something that belongs to me, and I love clothes, I love fashion and everything, you know. So yeah, and then I remember I called this lady, asked her to sketch something. So I'm like, I was struggling with the name. Shout out to one of my ex-friends. He actually did help me in terms of the name. Because he was like, because you're a forest, how about you say the forest? I'm like, yeah, that's good. Let me just add there, because it's forest, JBee Forest. Maybe if I can add there forest to make sense.
And it's very catchy.
Yeah, and then we set up the forest. And then in terms of the designer, he was like, you can even use your actual tattoo, because I have a tattoo that is similar tattoo here on my thigh. That's similar is. Then I did that, and people started to love it. Guess what? On the first day, I sent it to the guy who did the lady who did the graphic designing, like putting a logo and making it the way I wanted to look on the actual. Then guess what? I posted on my WhatsApp and say, hi guys, I'm selling this. I couldn't believe it, my guy. More than 10 people wanted to buy it immediately. They were like, how much is this? How do we buy it? Tell us. And I'm like, what? Then I said, I call my brother Vusi. I'm like, bruh, please, you need to help me. Where can I get a stock? Because people really want this thing, and I don't know. I was just trying to test the market if people will love it. I don't even know how much it will be. And then he sent me to this guy that was assisting me in terms of branding and everything, Malwande. And then he sent me to Malwande. I communicated with Malwande. Malwande was like, no, I will charge you this in terms of the branding and logistics, because remember it was during lockdown, somebody can trust. Then I was like, hey, it's gonna be a lot, because now we have to deliver to me, and now I still need to transport things. Then that's when the 550 came, you know, because when it count all the latest there. And then bruh, I got like more than 25 to 30 customers on the first week, and that's when I realized
this is working.
This is working. Like I remember I had like a lot of, you know,
even your marketing was proper.
Yeah, and it's still doing well. It's still doing well. Now we have like a new summer collection, and it's incredible. I can't wait for people to see.
Okay, give us your handles.
My personal social handles is JB_Forest. So my JB is like JBWE_Forest, and then Facebook is JB Forest, and then Twitter JB_Forest. TikTok is JB0, and then the branding is JB_brand.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's how we order.
That's where you order.
All right. So any message says Valanje, any message to the viewers at home, to abantu baserenkini. That's part of Quantum.
Yo, abantu baserenkini bafethu, abantu abazi uJabu, JBee Forest, the superstar, the richest one.
The richest one. I love the content.
Yeah, I mean, like, yo, Mina, I'm a fighter, bruh. Like, do not give up. If you really love something, go for it. it does not matter where you come from.
So that's your message.
I'm from the small village called Gagula, where there was no one that was on TV that I can look up to and say, I want to be like this one, I want to be like this one. I was watching everything from TV, but I really had a dream. I had this thing burning inside me, and I never stopped, you know. And at some point, I know that sometimes you do get, I know there's this thing, don't give up, do it, keep doing. And then when you're the one who's living that moment, you feel like, you know what, let me just leave everything and just, you know, go work somewhere in retail or whatever.
So were you tempted?
You know, at some point, yeah, because now time is moving, I'm aging, and my peers are having cars, are having families,
Oh,
and
there was a season in your
everything.
life where you were tempted
There
to
was
quit.
a season definitely in my life.
Okay.
But to the point where, thank God, I'm a Christian. I love God, and
Sure.
I went back to my God and say, God, why did you make me to love this thing so much for so many years, and you're not giving me a break out of it?
And another question that I have for you before we close.
Yes.
Ngiyakubona ukuthi yamphuma trend yabo you're on TV, but still usacheshe kasi, and ngiyabona ichurch la bantu futhi sethembeni and stuff. So
I'm Queen, yes, I know.
yeah, so
And a lot of friends
that
are like,
humbleness out here, maybe
dude, like this is where, like, I've attended so many. A church is not all about the building, you know. A church, it's the people that goes there, and the person that leads that
and
church.
you're still also in like
Worship
what is
team.
it? Worship team.
Yeah, you know,
You're
worship
still on
team.
worship
That's yeah, and people they'll be like, Jabu, you're still doing the worship team thing, you know? Why you? We're gonna song. Exactly, and then I'm like, I know where I come from with my God. I know everything that I have right now is because of God. If it was not because of Him, I could have been on the street right now or dead, probably. Because, you know.
So why don't you change your church? Why don't you go to?
Yeah, I'm
Rama? Why
still
don't you
trying
go
to explain that, because I know where I come from with my God, and from the humble beginning, because that church, I've attended so many churches,
Oh,
you know.
you tried.
There was but you don't want to just go to church and sit there and just be a superstar and just go home at the end of the day. You know, I'm not all about that life.
So you wanna go
I
to
don't even
church
see
where you
myself.
gotta connect.
Yes, and be part of them and work, because I know I'm talented, and I have a talent to save God, you know, and my work is to save. So hence I joined the part of worship, because it goes with music, and music is something that I do, you know. And when I'm at church, I don't even want people to look at me and say, oh, Konjikiola Oko TV or whatever, you know. I'm there. I want to be with everyone. I don't even see myself. I'm not even yet there, you know. I'm still going there. I know I will get there.
TV.
Yeah, I know.
You can't control that.
You can't, definitely.
It's just a TV.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
how do you deal with that?
Out as a TV ongena nayo la esontweni asambe ezothenga ikota lapha ekhoneni,
Okay.
you know, and just be cool, because at the end of the day we are human, and maybe sihlukene when it comes to jobs, but at the end of the day we are serving one God, and I love my God, and I love my church so much. I love my bishop.
But I was told manje ngosekasi umuntu ethi mfethu nami ngifuna ukungena e-TV ngifuna ngifake. So wenza kanjani abantu abanjalo? Because now you're still trying. You're hustling yourself.
Like this thing yakuthi ngicela ungifake, I don't know how to react on that, because I get a lot of those. First of all, ngicela ngifaka kuphi ini, angifake lapho ku acting. Have you ever acted before? Is it something that you really love, or you just wanna
ngifuna ukube TV
ufuna ukuba ku TV? And you know, you need to have it. But if you join the entertainment industry, bruh, if you are here because you want to be famous, then you are in a wrong field.
Okay.
Really, if you want to be famous, you might as well go to OnlyFans, then you will be famous and make money there. Because really, you can't just. It needs to start with the talent and the passion.
Sure.
You must have a talent, and this thing is like a calling, bruh. It's like it's a calling. You can't just do it. I know there's a lot of people that they will tell you, mina benga cause bavele choose, and then I started to do it.
Sure.
Those lucky ones, but to sustain it and maintain it, you need to have a calling, because there's always a dry season. There's a time where, like, there's a lot of famous faces that you see on TV that maybe they were on Generation the 16, that you don't even see them right now on TV.
And it's
Where are they?
social media.
And they're incredible. They are good actors.
Sure.
So you see the industry.
Sure.
it gets dry. So if to you get there because you wanted to be famous, then you will kill yourself, or you become a drug addict or whatever.
Ekudala sendleleni
Yeah.
ungamla ufuna inyuku yakhe checking yangithiwa.
Yeah.
So manje ngoba sesivala sibuyele futhi, in closing, what would you like to say to abantu baserenkini?
Ukuthi bafethu abantu baserenkini, if ikhona into ofuna ukuyenza elifini yakho and uyayifila ukuthi khona lapha phakathi kwakho, go for it, and you must know ukuthi there is no easy road. You will always get uzowa endleleni at some point, but because it's something that you want and you want to do it, keep doing. Uwa uyavuka uyazithintita uphinde uqhubekele phambili, you will get there. And I don't know, I can't tell anybody ukuthi hamba kuNkulunkulu, because there's some different beliefs, but mina ngikholelwa kuNkulunkulu. In everything that I do, I always put God first. You know, even when it's a dry season, I always say, God, what do we do from here?
Sure.
And then God will always give me strength to move forward. So yeah, do not give up. It does not matter where you come from. At some point, I used to think like, ish God, if maybe I went to those expensive private schools and I'm speaking this better English, I could have been far. No, sometimes there's no such things. You need to have a passion for something, and you can always learn. So learn. If you want to do music, before utshela abantu ukuthi bakufake, firstly understand the music. Do you have a passion? Understand for it. Make a research for it, and then ubatela abantu bakufake, so that when they fuck you and you are already ready to be fucked.
Okay.
So don't just put angfake lapho. You must make your research. At least right now we have like lots of platforms, lots of things that we can use. There's Google, there's everything that you can do. There's YouTube. You can go to YouTube and watch things and watch like monologues. You know, someone ufuna umfake ku TV abe actor, and I'm like, okay, send me a monologues. What is the monologue? And then yeah, kanjalo. Oh, before bakufake, qala uthi ngiyayithanda lento uyenzayo, ngifuna ungifundise ukuthi how to enter. Ngangena kanjani ngaqala kuphi, then we sit down, then we start from scratch, and we can still do that. Yeah. So it doesn't matter where you come from, you can always do everything. Everything is possible if only you believe and you have passion for it.
Thank you for honoring the invite.
Thank you.
It was a great conversation.
It was. I had so much fun. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Wow, that's so quick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sesifike emaphethelweni we-show wethu manje, ngoba sesilate sizogijima ku-yellow line la ngisayopaka bafethu, ihlangene esokisi, ihlangene empama, ihlangene e-checking, ihlangene e-gasol, full tank kusasa. Sisonke bafethu, yazi we meet every Tuesday 6 o'clock in Quantum Podcast. Away.
Thank you, my guy. That was good.